Big day for your Lakers and keeping one AR-15.
That's right. I can't quite put my finger on why this is a big story, but I think you'll figure it out. Austin Reaves and the Los Angeles Lakers reportedly in agreement on a 4-year, $185 million maximum contract to return to the Lakers. Player option in 29-30, which means that Austin Reaves, Luka Doncic, the dynamic duo for the foreseeable future in Los Angeles.
Tres Leches is, what's his name still here, LaRavia?
Yes, he is.
Tres Leches, Monty.
Snowtime Lakers.
Snowtime Lakers in the building. Yeah, Sue, you still got, what, are they going to re-sign Luke Kennard?
We're going to have to.
You got to keep him. Who else am I missing? Oh, Connect. Dalton Connect.
Dalton Connect's going to be there. Drew Timmy on the two-way.
Yeah, I think Dalton Connect.
We're making NBA history, folks.
I think he's going to be in a connected flight. It was like we had a great week and a half. Laker fans were excited in Summer League a couple years back, remember? Like, oh, shoot, Dalton Connect still at the draft. We ain't seen him since. They done traded him, brought him back. I'll get in with this. Austin Reaves, listen, there's a point. To me, this is less about Austin Reaves and more about Luka. That's how I view this, Rob G. Luka has been kind of quiet, if you will, but we talked about it. Me, you, and Rob Parker. We had that report where he was saying, "Hey, hey, you guys told me summer 2026. We're here. I expect some moves. I expect some centers in the way in which I like them. The position, these guys, these lob threats, these guys who are enforcers at the rim, block shots. Expect that." Months ago, he was very vocal about Austin Reaves. And there was reports that they said, hey, I like Giannis, but I don't want Giannis. I want AR-15. Bring him back. And so to me, this is where the season, because we still don't know what's up with LeBron. I expect him to come back, but we don't know. So therefore, it's about Luka. This is finally flat out Luka. And if Luka wants his running mate, this is what the Lakers do. The Lakers typically, they don't have time, Rob G, because of you Laker fans. We ain't got time to click the reset. We don't have time to wait. We're not a farming system, Monty. We're not going to bring up these young, talented guys and take 2, 3, 4 years. Just wait, believe in us. They are going, hey, we're going to get big free agents. We're going to get Shaq. We're going to get LeBron. We're going to get AD. We're going to trade for Luka. And that's the moves they make. And now that they're committed to Luka, what we also know about the Lakers, they are very friendly to the people that are loyal to. If you're in our system, you're with us, you're one of us. Austin Reaves, you're staying here. It makes sense for Luka. It makes sense for what the Lakers do. And now with that, Rob Pelinka has to finish the job. And I believe LeBron's going to be a part of that. I think they're going to run back. You've heard me say this to you many a times. March was key, where they went 15-2. They're going to look at that and say, when Luka's here and he's balling, he's in great shape, and LeBron is playing the whatever you need me to play role, and Austin Reaves is going crazy, putting up 25 a game, we were 15-2. And now it is going to be all incumbent on Rob Pelinka to fill in those pieces with whatever little scraps you're about to have after you sign LeBron. And to me, that's where it becomes, Rob G. It becomes Rob Pelinka having to fill in this roster and somehow make a miracle and give me some Champagnes, some Vassell's, those types of guys. A guy you had at one point in time, a Josh Hart, because this is what you need. My last point, you need depth in the NBA now. Gone are the days if I got so-and-so, two guys, and we're good to go. It doesn't matter who else. No, those days are gone. Just Shaq and Kobe, just LeBron and Kyrie or AD. You got to have a deep roster, and they're going to have that because now they got decisions to make with Rui, Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, all these other pieces. Can they find some other guys, 3-and-D, rim protectors, rim runners, to fit into this? But this was really no surprise to me. I even expect the third piece in as LeBron to be signed soon.
Well, I'll tell you what. You're not breaking up the Snowtime Lakers. Okay, that's number one. Luke Kennard's coming back. He's got to.
Work too hard.
We got it. LaRavia is coming back. We worked too hard for this.
All right, look. I'm gonna do you how they did us for you. All right, you can only get a couple now. Settle down. We can't give you all of them.
No, but in all seriousness, I believe that this contract, because it is the maximum and it's not one of those 35 to 38 million,
right.
It's the most they could have given him, not in terms of years, but in terms of average annual salary. This is the end of the LeBron James era in Los Angeles, because I don't realistically believe that LeBron James is taking $15 to $20 million to stay in LA. If he's going to do that, I believe he's going to go to the Golden State, play with Steph Curry, jump on the PJ back and forth to see his daughter, whatever. And if LeBron's not going to play for that money, very similar to what we talked about on the World Cup segment last week, Cristiano Ronaldo. Is he the best player on Portugal? Absolutely. Do they have anyone better than him? No, they do not. But it might be better for Portugal if he's less involved. And for the Los Angeles Lakers, if you're going to have Luka Doncic, Austin Reaves, two dynamic offensive players who are middling defensive players.
That was kind.
Yeah, try to be nice, right? Try to be nice. Then you have to surround them with rangy, athletic defenders who can shoot the hell out of the basketball. LeBron James, even though he is admittedly better than anybody else they could realistically get, including a guy like a Trey Murphy, like a Herb Jones, like a Cameron Johnson, whoever. LeBron James is objectively better than all of those guys. But for this specific team, with the slow-footed leaders that you have in Luka and AR, you're going to have to retrofit the roster around those guys. And LeBron James does not fit that criteria. He is going to have to go for the Lakers to reach whatever the maximum heights that they can reach with Luka and AR. And it's going to be awkward. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to be fun in Los Angeles having to deal with the clutch sportsification of what's going on and LeBron's guys on ESPN and FS1 spewing his side of the story and how bad they run the front office and how dare you treat LeBron like that on the way out the door. But that's what's going to happen for the Lakers to get to where they want to go.
Can I tell you why I hear you and I get it makes sense on paper, but why I think you're wrong? I think you're wrong.
I'm so right I can't turn left.
No. You making all the lefts right now. Here's why. Let me tell you why, Rob G. And you almost cooked there. You was like you were right there.
I was on the Foreman grill.
You were on the Foreman grill.
Not
and
a real
she came
grill,
over
but
and
the
she was like,
Foreman
"Wait,
grill.
this is what you call cooking?" Here's the thing. I know what you're saying makes sense. I know LeBron, he's 40, he'll be 42, and this, that, and the other. Who was the most consistent player and even got them past Houston in his playoffs?
That's because Luka was hurt.
Here, we know Luka.
Okay.
I'm not we know that.
Sure.
My point is,
It's LeBron James,
you
yes.
Laker fan.
Yes.
How many times have you seen Austin Reaves not show up in the postseason?
A handful
Every
of times.
time he's been in the postseason.
A lot of times.
And so my point is, you're right for 82 games. We got to move on. We got to do this. The problem is, Luka marked down 30 points, 8 and 8. That's going to be playoffs for him. I already know that.
Minimum.
My minimum, right?
Yeah.
My issue is, one, will he be in the best shape and healthy? Will he be stumbling in the playoffs, right? That's fair. Well, that's fair with Luka. My other issue is Austin Reaves going to be Austin Reaves and be there and have a game here and there, but give me like 17 a game when I needed him to be his average, 23, 24, 25. Is he going to be 17 points, have some 3 for 12 games when now that he's a $40 million man for me? And the problem is, who between them two can I depend on night in, night out in the postseason between LeBron and AR?
LeBron James.
That's the problem. You're right on paper.
But they made the decision already. Once you offered him the maximum contract, that being Austin Reaves, you made that decision.
Here's the thing. Who does Austin Reaves is the opposite of Jaylen Brown right now. Jaylen Brown is like, I want to go exercise, my freedom, be me, and we'll talk more about that later.
Yes.
The reason I bring that up is we know that Luka loves who? Austin Reaves. Austin Reaves loves who? LeBron. LeBron loves Austin Reaves. My point is there's a synergy there that I think privately maybe it's been one of those, man, I want AR to eat. That's my little bro. If I'm LeBron, I know what it's like to be in that position. You're there, you're making money. And if I was ever the willing, because y'all sat up here and told me that LeBron wouldn't play a different role. And I told y'all that he would. You and Rob talk, LeBron ain't never going. His ego's too big. And I said, dude.
He did it for 1 month.
Well, then the playoffs came.
1 month. No, the playoffs came and he was back to being LeBron James.
Because he had to, because AR was hurt and not showing up. He didn't come with the 15. AR came with the 12. I needed AR 15.
12, like 11 and a half.
My goodness. So I get what you're saying. My point is simply, I think quietly the Lakers know, like, we got in the postseason looking all right. I don't know if A. Reaves is that guy night in, night out in the postseason when it's one team that gets to weigh in on you, game plan. They know your ins and your outs. He tends to falter because that's fair. He was undrafted, for a reason. He would have got drafted. It's just he wanted to, know the story. He didn't want to go to the Pistons or some couple other little teams at that time. So he said, I'll wait. My agent
Did you just call our Pistons the little team?
I did at that time. Heavy on that at that time.
Okay.
Heavy on him.
All right.
So, yeah, I think LeBron, if there was a team, if there's a time in his life, Rob G, that he ever say, fine, $15 million, cool. Fine, y'all want me to take the play. But he talked about it. All right, y'all want me to take the back seat. He said, y'all told me I wouldn't do it. I did it. Last few weeks he talked about it.
And he said he didn't like to do it.
But he did it. Rob G, I ain't going to say it loud because she might be listening. It's a lot of stuff you don't want to do for your wife, but you do it.
That's big facts.
Not me.
I did stuff today I didn't want to do.
Not me. Make sure, baby.
You guys believe in that happy wife, happy life, huh?
I do.
Terrible.
Boy, Alex.
Terrible.
Alex is standing on business when she's not
That's what
around.
we do.
She ain't around. Big
She's
heavy.
probably listening, though. Hi, Mila.
Yeah, she get it right. So that's all. I just think Bron, if there was a moment that he would take less, if there's a moment he would even take a lesser role, if there's a moment where, okay, fine, you got, if there's a moment where, listen, it's not my team. He's never had to do that. It's Luka's team. He knows it. I think this is that season. He's never had to concede since he's probably 12, 11, that he wasn't the best. I had to do that. It's LeBron. I mean, it's Luka's team. Cool. AR is cooking this season. Can he take a step back? Cool. You know, whatever y'all need me to do. And I just think he's in the places in his life where, thankfully for the Lakers, if that's what they want to do, bring the three back, is the synergy is good. We went 15-2 the last time we saw all three of them together. They were cooking. We won a postseason match or series. We were doing well. We even hung around with the Thunder. They hung around dang near every game, right?
3.5 quarters.
3.5 quarters every game. They just couldn't close. They didn't have enough. So I think that makes them go, with these guys back and healthy Luka, we right back to
I'll tell you what LeBron James is willing to do in this hypothetical situation with Luka and AR is immaterial.
Okay.
And I'll explain why next.
But you were saying, yeah, LeBron, that might be what he intends, but
It won't matter. Now, first off, I don't know if that's what he intends because his agent and best friend, and according to Phil Jackson, what does he call him? His posse?
yes.
Right, his posse member, Rich Paul.
Shout out to Posses. We ain't
Made
said
a
that in
lot-
20 years, but
Made a lot of headway there on his podcast when he said that if Austin Reaves was serious and the Lakers wanted to win, he has to come off the bench, right?
mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, but I don't think that somebody who represents me in any form or capacity is going to publicly say something like that unless I at least have confided that to him in some kind of way. So I don't think Rich Paul says that unless LeBron James has suggested himself, like, you know what? I like AR. He's a really good player, but for our team, it probably makes more sense to come off the bench. That's number one. Number two, let's say hypothetically he is willing to do that. He's like, I'll take the back seat. I'll be the supercharged Draymond. I'll be the overqualified Josh Hart. It does not matter because for the Lakers to maximize the two guys who are they're paying max money to,
Mm-hmm.
Luka Doncic, Austin Reaves, you need to be able to make up for their deficiencies. And you mentioned 38-8 minimum Luka Doncic in the playoffs. Austin Reaves giving you 23, 5, and 4, one of only 11 players in the NBA to give you those numbers. They do a lot of great things. What they don't do well is defend. What they don't do well is move their feet. What they don't do well is hit open jump shots off of a double team. That's
Right.
not their game.
Right.
So LeBron James doesn't do those things either. You have to move away from what could be a better player to a better fit. And that's the most important thing for them.
I don't disagree, but the history hasn't been that for the Lakers except for that 2020 season. In fact, the next year after they won it, they got rid of all the guys that did everything you just said.
That is true. They did that.
They got rid of Frank Vogel as a defensive-minded coach. They win a championship. You know what they said? Let's get rid of all the guys who play defense.
Yep.
Caruso, get out of here. KCP, get out of here. Dwight, get out of here.
Let's bring in Montrezl Harrell.
JaVale McGee, get out of here. Who else am I missing that got get out of here?
Well, they brought in Marc Gasol.
One more year of
Danny Green was
Kuzma
gone.
was one more year, right? Danny Green, get
Yeah.
out of there. And all the guys who kind of did the 3-and-D or big body
Hey,
defenders.
but they kept Taylor Horton Tucker.
Yeah, they did. They kept THC. Now, who Dagner, the best player for the Thunder this past season in the Western Conference Finals was Caruso. You saw the best of Caruso, like, dang, he was supposed to be in a Laker uniform. By the way, those gritty guys, what you're talking about, Josh Hart, another guy.
Yep, former Laker.
Former Laker. They get rid of that kind of guy. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I mentioned a couple other guys they have to make decisions on. Rui Hachimura, like he had a good man. He was on fire for them in the
Statistically, the
postseason.
greatest shooter in the playoff history.
Dude, he was
Ever.
on fire in the postseason.
Not Steph Curry, not Reggie Miller, not Klay Thompson, not Kevin
Rui.
Durant. Rui Hachimura.
So
The Japanese Jordan.
Yeah. Do you sign him again? Do you? Marcus Smart played great for them. He had some, off games here or there, but he kind of brought what you'd hope from him.
Mm-hmm.
And Luke Kennard had a few spectacular games for them as well. So it'll be interesting to see what they do moving forward as we get into the further into the free agency and what other teams are going to do as well, where interest lies. All right. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.